So there are two types of smartphone upgrades. The first type is easy to market, bigger camera, faster chip, brighter display. The second type is harder to explain because you don't really understand it until you actually live with it. And that's pretty much the Honor Magic V6 right here. But instead of doing the typical review, I'd like to review this boy from another perspective. So it's almost already a general knowledge to know just how thin this phone is, being a foldable, like the thinnest and strongest foldable in the market of 2026, nor is the largest battery amongst all foldables. Cameras, on the other hand, it is actually more than what you actually need in a foldable. Now, what I think the most important thing about the Magic V6 is what it actually represents. We're actually seeing an Android manufacturer make a serious move towards breaking down one of the biggest walls in tech. And that wall is Apple versus Android. But before we get there, let's talk a little bit about the phone itself. I'd like to think that I've used enough foldables to know exactly what usually gives them away. It's either the thickness, the weight, the narrow front screen, or that feeling that you're carrying two phones stacked together. The Magic V6 is one of the few foldables where none of those things immediately stands out. Holding it in your hands feels just very, very normal. And that's a bigger compliment than it sounds because foldables have spent years trying to convince people that they're practical. The Magic V6 feels like it skipped the convincing part and just became practical. The biggest example here, for one, is the front display. Now, last year's Magic V5 had a slightly curved outer screen. It looked nice, premium, fancy, sure, but there's just one issue with curved screen for long-term usage. If you used curved displays long enough, I'm pretty sure you'd notice how the curved sides starts to get like minor scratches due to everyday frictions with fabrics like your pants or bags. Of course, you can also look for the right screen protectors to protect it, but because it's curved, that can also become quite an adventure. So the V6 fixes that. The front display is now completely flat and significantly more resistant to scratches. You can tell when Honor don't even bother slapping their in-house screen protector out of the box. I mean, these are one of those changes that sounds boring until you actually use it. Without unfolding it open, typing feels better, swiping feels better, even simple things like holding the phone feels more natural. Ironically, making it flatter makes it feel more premium. And more importantly, it makes the folded experience feel almost identical to a regular flagship smartphone, which means you're actually using the outer display more often instead of feeling like you constantly need to open the phone. So that's a definite value for your money. Best of both worlds. Then there's the battery. Every generation of Honor's foldable gets thinner, yet the generosity with battery capacities keeps growing. You pick up the Magic V6, very thin, very light, but how do you upgrade a bigger 6,660 milliamp battery and still manages to make it thinner? Did you know that the weight of the V6 is lighter than the V5? That's the beauty of trying out different possibilities with silicon carbon batteries. We don't see that with Apple, don't we? Now, manufacturers give you only two options: thin phone or big battery. Pick one. But Honor somehow looked at that and said, why not both? And I think this is one of those spec sheet numbers that people will appreciate more after 6 months than on launch day. Because nobody wakes up excited about battery technology, but everyone notices when their phone still has 40% left at night. That's a huge difference. Of course, it's got a flagship processor. Of course, it's fast, apps open instantly, multitasking is smooth, everything you'd expect from a premium foldable in 2026. So we're already at that point where flagship phones are all fast. Nobody's walking into a store saying, wow, this app opened 0.2 seconds faster. The conversations has shifted. The real question now is, how well does this phone fit into your life? And this is where the Magic V6 really makes you want to keep using it more. Now, for years, the tech industry has operated like two neighboring countries. Apple users stay on one side, Android users stay on the other. And every now and then, they throw files at each other over the wall. You can still get them through with apps like WhatsApp or third-party apps like Local Send, but those are non-official third-party apps. So Honor implements Honor Connect into their OS. What's interesting about Honor AI Connect isn't necessarily what it does today. It's what it could mean tomorrow because Honor is one of the first Android brands that's openly saying, what if these ecosystems actually work together and not worked around each other? Work together. And that distinction matters. Now think about your actual life. Everyone around you has got to have an iOS operating system. You yourself might already have an iPad. Now most people don't live entirely inside one ecosystem anymore. The world isn't Apple versus Android. The world is both. So Honor understands that, and instead of forcing you to choose one side, they're trying to make the sides communicate. Files move easier now, devices recognize each other, workflows will become smoother, the technology itself is cool. But the philosophy behind it is even more interesting because for years, Android manufacturers have been trying to beat Apple. So Honor seems to be asking a different question instead. What if we just make Apple users easier to work with? So it's like the saying, if you can't beat your opponent, you join them, all for consumers' needs. And to me, that's pretty noble. So if Honor succeeds here, other Android manufacturers won't ignore it. They'll follow because consumers always reward convenience. Nobody cares about ecosystem wars. People care about work getting done. People care about not having to think about operating systems. And the moment those barriers start disappearing, everybody wins. Android users win. Apple users win. Content creators win. Businesses win. Everyone wins except maybe the idea of ecosystems being locked away from each other. And that's why I think Honor AI Connect could end up being more important than any camera or processor upgrades this year. Not because it's flashy, because it's practical. Now, what's funny is after spending time with the Magic V6, I stopped thinking about it as a foldable. And that's probably the biggest achievement here because when foldables first appeared, the fold was the headline. Then it became the hinge. Then it became the crease. Then it became durability. And the Magic V6 completely destroys it in this segment, by the way, but also feels like it's moving beyond all of that. The fold isn't the story anymore. It's just part of the product. So the real story right now is that Honor is building a device that happens to fold while also trying to solve one of the biggest frustrations in consumer tech, disconnected ecosystems. And if that vision continues to evolve, we might look back at this generation not as the foldable that got thinner, not as the foldable with a bigger battery, but as the foldable where an Android company decided to stop competing with ecosystems and started connecting them. If you ask me, that might just be one of the most forward-thinking thing Honor has done yet. Now, the Magic V6 isn't trying to shock you. Okay, maybe not the super steel hinge with tensile strength of 2,800 MPa that's comparable to an A-pillar car. So the Magic V6 all in all is a refinement of an already great foldable. A flatter front display that feels better every day, a battery that somehow defies physics, a design that feels almost impossibly normal for a foldable, and definitely an ecosystem vision that's arguably more ambitious than the hardware itself. The hardware is really, really excellent for a foldable, by the way. But the software direction is what makes me curious because if Honor keeps pushing cross-OS connectivity the way they've started with the Magic V5 and is more refined with the Magic V6 now, we might eventually stop asking whether someone uses an Android or an iPhone anymore. And that's the future I think a lot of people would welcome.